back to the channel. Today we're going to unravel some incredibly complex events in Genoa. Rumors are circulating around the Newman family, but what's the truth? In this video, I'll summarize the plot points that will be revealed in the next episode. Stay tuned to see what happens.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel for another massive deep dive into the absolute madness happening in Genoa City. Today is a beautiful day to talk soap operas, and we have a spectacularly explosive episode to unpack that is going to leave us all reeling. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's jump right into the chaos. I am literally shaking right now. I cannot believe they just did that to Billy Abbott. I mean, I am sitting here staring at my screen, rewinding that entire scene at the Genoa City Athletic Club, and my blood is absolutely boiling. Jill is an absolute monster for this. Kane is a smug, unbearable, arrogant jerk. And Billy? Poor, broken, constantly trying to prove himself. Billy just got his heart ripped out and stomped on by his own mother in the middle of a public restaurant. I am so entirely frustrated with how this show continues to treat Billy like the family punching bag. Reacting to this is almost painful, because we have seen this exact dynamic play out for decades, but somehow this specific betrayal feels a million times worse. And let's just back up and break down exactly how this entire nightmare scenario started, because the setup was incredibly manipulative. Billy and Kane both get these incredibly vague, cryptic text messages from Snapper Foster's assistant. Wait, Snapper Foster? I mean, that is a massive blast from the past. But the point is, the assistant is reaching out on Jill's behalf and being totally mysterious. Because of this, Billy and Kane are led to believe something is horribly wrong with Jill. Billy is out of his mind with worry. He is pacing the floors of the GCAC. He is panicking. He is probably thinking about planning his mother's funeral. Kane is hovering around too, acting like he is the dutiful son, which already makes me sick to my stomach. Billy was genuinely terrified for his mother's life, and the emotional toll that takes on a person is massive. But then, in walks Jill Abbott, looking like $1,000,000, perfectly healthy, not a hair out of place, strutting into the GCAC like she owns the world. She totally brushes off their immense concern like it is nothing. Oh, the travel was fine. Oh, I had great medical care. She completely dismisses the fact that her son was probably having a minor heart attack, thinking she was on her deathbed. She didn't come back for a sweet family reunion or because she missed her boy. No, she came back because of the corporate mess with Chancellor. Because with Jill, it is always about the company first and her family second. So she drops the absolute mother of all bombs right there in the dining room. She casually announces that Kane Ashby, yes, the same Kane who lied about his identity for years, the same Kane who faked being Philip Chancellor III, the same Kane who has caused Lily so much grief is now running Chancellor instead of Lily Winters. I literally screamed at my television. Are you kidding me? Jill is handing the keys to the Chancellor Kingdom to a known grifter over her own flesh and blood and over Lily, who has poured her heart and soul into that company. It is a slap in the face of epic proportions, and the sheer audacity of Jill to just casually drop this news is staggering. Billy immediately loses it. And honestly, can you blame him? He instantly accuses Jill and Kane of planning this entire coup behind his back from the very beginning. And you know what? I think he is absolutely right. Because Jill has always had this weird, inexplicable, maddening blind spot when it comes to Kane Ashby. It is like she forgets every single terrible thing he has ever done the second he puts on a tailored suit and flashes that Australian accent. Billy is standing there, realizing that while he was worried about her health, she was secretly plotting with Kane to completely upend the corporate structure of their family legacy. The paranoia Billy feels in that moment is 100% justified. But Jill's defense? Oh, this is rich. This is the part that really makes me want to throw something. Jill claims she approves of Kane as CEO because it's what Catherine Chancellor would have wanted. I am so incredibly sick of the ghost of Catherine Chancellor being used to justify terrible, toxic corporate decisions. Catherine has been gone for years, and while we all love and miss the Grand Dame of Genoa City, using her memory as a weapon to emasculate your own son is a low blow, even for Jill. Catherine loved Billy too, despite his flaws, and hiding behind a dead woman's supposed wishes to justify betraying your son is top-tier corporate cowardice. So what does Billy do when backed into this emotional corner? He pivots, because Billy Abbott is the absolute king of defense mechanisms. He puffs out his chest, completely changes his posture, and loudly declares that he doesn't even care about Chancellor anymore. Why? Because his priorities have shifted. He drops his own massive news right back at her. Sally Spectra is pregnant, and they are getting married. Boom. Take that, Mom. You want to drop corporate bombs? I will drop life-altering family bombs. It was a desperate move to show he isn't hurting, but it was also a beautiful declaration of his commitment to his new future. You could actually see the shock register on Jill's face. She had absolutely no idea. She has been so wrapped up in her secret Kane alliance that she completely missed the biggest development in her son's personal life. And to her credit, she actually manages to muster up some genuine happiness for him. She says if this is what he wants, she is happy for him. But you can feel the underlying tension radiating off the screen. Jill has never been Sally Spectra's biggest fan. I know some people in the fandom are loving this pairing, but personally, I think Sally is exactly what Billy needs right now, and Jill's tepid acceptance is just another layer of ice on an already freezing relationship. Billy gets super defensive right away, insisting that Sally is good to him. And she is. I have been watching this show for years, and I have seen Billy spiral with Victoria. I have seen him spiral with Phyllis. I have seen him hit rock bottom over and over again. Sally has grounded Billy in a way that Victoria never could. Remember when Victoria would just constantly judge him and treat him like a massive, walking disappointment? Yeah, didn't work then either. Sally actually sees Billy for who he really is. Flaws, gambling history, and all. And she loves him unconditionally anyway. Billy defending Sally to his mother was one of his best moments in years. But then, because Kane Ashby cannot just sit there and let a moment pass without being an absolute garbage human being, he chimes in. Kane actually has the unmitigated audacity to taunt Billy about constantly craving his mommy's approval. I wanted to punch my TV. How dare Kane? How dare this man, who literally built his entire Genoa City life on a mountain of lies and deceit, mock Billy for wanting his own mother to believe in him? Kane is standing there, holding the prize that Billy wanted, and he just has to twist the knife. It was cruel, it was unnecessary, and it perfectly encapsulates why Kane is the absolute worst. That was the breaking point. That was the moment Billy completely snaps. He turns on Jill, and all the decades of deep-seated trauma, all the years of feeling like the black sheep of the Abbott family, just come pouring out of him like a flood. He screams at her for never trusting him, for ripping Chancellor away from him when he was actually trying to do a good job and be the man she wanted him to be. It was raw, it was visceral, and it was absolutely heartbreaking to watch. Jason Thompson acted his absolute heart out in this scene, delivering years of pent-up agony in a single breath. Billy finally demands to know why he is never good enough for her. Why am I never enough? That question just shattered me into a million pieces, because it is the core of Billy's entire character. Whether it was John Abbott, Jack, Victoria, or Jill, Billy is constantly searching for someone, anyone, to just look at him and say, "You are enough just the way you are." And Jill just stood there, looking at him with that cold, calculating, corporate stare. She couldn't give him the answer he desperately needed to hear, because in her eyes, business will always trump his feelings. I'm sorry, but Jill is failing as a mother right now. She is prioritizing a corporate legacy and a man who isn't even her son over her actual child's fragile mental state. We all know Billy's history. We know his horrific struggles with gambling, with depression, with his dark, dangerous spirals after losing Delia. He is finally in a good place with Sally, he is about to be a father again, and Jill just kicked the legs out from under his professional confidence. She is pushing him right back toward the edge of the cliff, and she doesn't even seem to care about the collateral damage. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's think about what this means for the future of Genoa City. Is Billy actually going to let Kane get away with this? I highly, highly doubt it. Billy says he doesn't care about Chancellor because of the baby, but we all know Billy Abbott. He is a fierce competitor. He is going to want to absolutely destroy Kane now, not just for the company, but for the sheer humiliation he suffered at the GCAC. This is going to launch a massive corporate war, and Billy is going to use every dirty trick in the Abbott playbook to take Kane down. And how is Sally going to react when Billy comes home completely unhinged from this encounter? Sally is pregnant, she needs a stable, calm environment, and now Billy is going to be consumed by this toxic family drama and his burning hatred for Kane.